Hey guys, it's Trish from Trisha's Card Club, live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Happy Monday night, everybody. I'm a couple minutes early, but I saw some ladies on and I didn't want to keep them waiting, so I thought I would join and say a quick hello to Charlene and Shannon and Kelly. Nice to see you. Kelly, I have not forgotten you. I owe you something, and I have been crazy with work. I'll explain a little bit when everybody's on what's going on, and then ask for grace and mercy and know that something fun will be coming, I promise. How are you ladies doing? And Miss Judy, good to see you. And Anne Marie, happy Monday night. Mary, I'm so glad to see you, Miss Mary. I love when you guys all join. Hey, Peg, I love it. I'm so grateful and appreciative. So if you're listening to my video on the replay for the first time, thank you and welcome for finding me. Or thank you for finding me and welcome, I guess is what I should be saying. I would love to know how you found me. I would love for the people that watch my replay to leave a message just saying, hey, your name and that you're watching the replay. That would be so cool for me to see who watches it. I hear through the grapevine, like a sister's friend is watching it or something, and it's just so much fun to know that people are watching it. I am inching slowly closer to my goal of 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm almost at 700. I was at 697 the last time I checked. So I'm always grateful if people sign up and subscribe. I mean, not sign up, but subscribe. The goal is that I can make some changes to my ending videos. That's the only reason why I'm looking for that change. So that's out there. Let me do a brief introduction on who I am because we're over the 8 o'clock mark, so I can officially get started. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 26 years. I have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page called Trisha's Card Club. It's exactly the same thing. I do live videos on YouTube and then I upload them to Facebook, and I hardly ever go on Facebook during the week. So that's just being purely honest with you. You can shop with me online 24/7 at trishan.stampinup.net. So if you see something tonight that you like, everything I have is current that I'm doing a card with, then you can jump on and at trishan.stampinup.net and go shopping. So that's that. A few more people are joining. Hey, Teresa, good to see you. Hey, Miss Karen, thanks for joining. I am completely copying someone tonight. Now, in the stamping world, it's called casing, copy and share everything. My upline, Linda Heller, has a blog and a YouTube channel called Stamping School. If you haven't gone to it, you really need to, not now, when we're done, and subscribe. Linda gives amazing, amazing videos. She is very, very talented and has been doing videos almost since the beginning of time, in comparison to a lot of other people, and certainly in comparison to me. She's been doing videos forever, and she's really good at it. And she did an excellent video this week that I loved, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. I did email her and ask her permission. She didn't respond, so I just considered a no response a response. So I don't know if that's legitimate or not, but I did. So I'm going to show you how to make a quick card. And I'm showing you how Linda does it because the system that she created is so fantastic. So that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. I wanted to show you this one thing, you guys. So I use the stylish shape dies. If you don't have this set of dies, this is one to invest in and keep in your inventory forever. But I just wanted to give you a little chuckle. These are my dies. They don't look anything like the nice packaging of this die. I really need to get these on a magnetic sheet and get them in some sensible order. And then just so you'll know, out of these dies, I literally just used this one, the small one. So that's one of the products that I'm using tonight. It's called Stylish Shape Dies. They are fantastic. They have a little stitching on them, so they're really pretty. I'm also using one stamp from Sunshine and Tulips. This is a brand new online exclusive. It has stamps and dies. We did this at Crash Chicks and Chocolate. We used it. I'm using the Sending a Garden of Love stamp, just in case you wonder where that came from, and that is also current. And then I am using, it's called Floral Charms, is a designer series paper. This is a piece of it. Let me move that so you can see it a little clearer. There's beautiful pictures. It is current. It is online. It is available. It's not in the catalog, but it is online and it's beautiful. So this is the paper that I'm using. So let me talk a little bit about the measurements and then why what Linda did is so really cool. This is going to be a super fast 5-minute card. So I'm just putting it out there so you guys will know. This piece of paper here measures 4 inches by 5 inches. So that's the measurement of the designer series paper you need. So out of one designer series paper, you can get 6 card fronts or 6 cards using this measurement. So 4 inches by 5 inches. Then what Linda did is she took her cutter and she cut an inch. Then she cut that one down to 2 3/4 of an inch. I gotta cut it this way. Sorry, 2 3/4. Did you see how I turned it? Let me see if I can figure this out. Let me see if I can figure out the math. I should have watched Linda more carefully. She cut an inch, then she cut 2 3/4 of an inch off. How did she do that? 1 inch. I'm going to get my calculator. Hang on a second. Let me show you on my calculator. It's easier. So it's 5 inches. I cut off 1 inch. That made it 4. I cut off 2 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to 1 1/4. Okay. I should have known that without having to do the math, but I didn't. I will review that so that it's not so confusing. Okay. Let me start again. Sorry, you guys. Math is not my stronghold. It's a 5-inch piece of paper. You cut off an inch. Then you go to 1 1/4 inches. That's going to give you a piece, this piece right here, which is 2 inches and 2 3/4 of an inch. And then you get a piece of paper that is 1 1/4 inch. Okay. And you kind of want to keep them in order because you're going to put them down in an orderly fashion. Okay. I don't know why I get so nervous when I do numbers that often doesn't come out very articulate, but hopefully you got it. Hopefully. Okay. Did I score this? No. All right. Let me get to one that I scored. This is just an 8.5 by 11 cut in half and scored. Now, what I would normally do if I was making this card, let me get my bone folder and flatten that out so it doesn't keep popping up. Okay, if I was going to make this card, this is how I would normally do it. I would make sure that I'm lined up correctly. Let me see if I'm still lined up. Yep, that's correct. And is this one correct? Yep. See how they piece get together? I would literally put this on here and I would just space them, glue them down and call it a day. That's how I would do them. But Linda had a really cool trick. And I thought that is brilliant because I've never done it before. I might have done it subconsciously, but I've never done it like with intention. So that's what I'm doing. I took a piece of paper that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And what Linda wanted to do is to make sure that she had equal spacing between here and here, and also that these were lined up correctly, which I love that idea. So it's so easy. You take the first piece, you're going to, well, let me get it off there so you can see it. You're going to put some glue on it, and you're going to put it at the top of this piece of paper, at the very, very top. So you shouldn't have any of the pretty and peacock showing. So that's that. Now, it could be off a little bit on the edge, and that's why you want to glue it on here first before you glue it, your layer down here. Then you're going to take the bottom piece, and you're going to glue it. Again, let me get off that so you can see it. You're going to glue it to the very bottom. And mine is off, so, but not a problem. We're going to fix that. See how it's off on the edge right here? But again, not an issue. Now you're going to take your middle piece and you're going to put some glue on it. And then you're going to put it here and you're just going to space it so it's even spaced here to here. And that to me is a lot easier than trying to space it on a card front as a layer. So let me just trim that down a little bit so it's nice and even. I didn't trim it down very well because it's not nice and even. So hold on, let me get my scissors and trim that again. I stopped cutting when I should have kept on going, but I can just quickly trim it with my scissors. Okay. And then, so this was Pretty and Peacock. And then this is Calypso Coral. I'm going to put that on there like that. And there you get, isn't that beautiful? So now you have a card that it looks like it's continuous because you kept your cut pieces in order. It matches, it's all lined up nice and even because Linda gave us that extra little trick of gluing it down to a layer on the card. Now you could have I could have done it so that the layer was all, showed all the way around, but that would change the measurements, and that's not the goal. The goal is to keep it just like this. So just to review, the designer series paper is 4 inches by 5. You cut it at 1 inch, you cut it at 2 3/4, and that's going to leave you with the 1 1/4 strip. You glue that down to a piece of paper that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. That little quarter is what gives you the nice little spaces in between. And then I'm going to glue this onto my card base. And then I was going to leave it at that and just to show you that part. But then I thought, well, I should really finish the card so I can send the card. So let me show you what I've got. So I took the die and I cut a circle out, and I'm sending a garden of love. I thought with all the flowers that would look really pretty. Now this is discontinued, this punch, but I'm sure you have plenty of leaf punches or anything at home that you need to make this work. So what I'm going to do is I had it somewhere. I'm just going to stick that here. I had a silicone mat on my desk all weekend because I worked in my room all weekend. And then of course I took it off before my video, and I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on top of that. And I'm going to put that down with the dimensional. And now I have a ready to go in the mail card. Now, if you guys want the measurements, go to Linda's Stamping School. It's called Stamping School. And Linda has the measurements posted, and you should subscribe to her channel. She does a video every week. She's really, really good at what she does. She's much more together than I am. I just want to say that for the record. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. She edits. I don't. It makes a big difference. Okay, I'm going to do that. Now I am going to bring this in a lot closer so you can see it a little bit. Hopefully you can see it a little bit better. There. Kelly, I never would have thought of that either, of using that back piece to line these up. I mean, I just think it's such a brilliant idea. And when I listened to Linda do it, I definitely wanted to share that with you guys, because I thought that is such a great way to ensure that your paper gets nice and lined up. I just thought that was really a fantastic idea. And Linda's so good with ideas. She's been doing Stampin' Up! For over 26 years, and she's really, really good at what she does. So a big shout out, a big thank you to Linda for how much she shares. And I just think it's really, really nice. Now, this is super simple, but you can use this technique on any designer series paper. I mean, I happen to have florals, but as you know, you can do it on any designer series paper. There's some beautiful, what's the word I want to say? There's some beautiful sceneries that you could do it on that would look really, really pretty. And she does it both ways. So she does it this way, and then she also says that you can do it horizontal as well. It doesn't just have to be vertical. I just happen to like it vertical because that's the direction of my flowers, but that's why I like it. And so that's the card for the night. That's the trick that I learned from Linda that I wanted to share with you guys. I thought it was super, super cool, and I thought you guys would enjoy it. Before I let you go, so now if you came just to watch my demo, that's done. Now I'm just going to do a couple of announcements. You may not heard, and depending on when you listen to this, it may be old news, but I want to bring it up. Stampin' Up! Has announced a couple of things that are going to be wonderful, wonderful improvements to our product line. And if I've already announced this, you guys, I apologize. I'm doing it a second time, but I can't remember if I did because this was 2 weeks ago. So one of them is that we're going to be getting in 2027. So you don't have to panic, but in 2027, Stampin' Up's going to do a color refresh, and they're going to do a color refresh, and they're going to be changing our ink pads. So right now our ink pads flop open. As you probably have all seen how quick and easy it's not to open. Our ink pads have to be lifted up. You get over here, lifted up, flipped back, and slid down. And a lot of people can't do it either because they don't have the hand strength or it's just awkward to do. Well, they're going to have similar looking ink pads, but the ink pads are going to have a magnetic top, and they're just going to lift off and close and go back on. And I'm so, so excited about it. I cannot wait. I'm so excited that they're doing this. It's actually the same ink pads that were made by Close to My Heart. Stampin' Up! Bought the patent for them, and they are making them. So we're going to get a sample of the new ink pads when the new May catalog comes out, because they're going to be in the new in colors. So you'll see 6 or 5, I think it's 5 in colors. You'll see 5 new pads. And then in 2027, they'll be doing a color refresh, which generally means like 8 to 10 colors will be retired, and either brand new colors or colors that were in colors might come back as part of the color families. So that'll be really cool. So that's happening in 27. And they're giving us a heads up now. You do not in any way, shape, or form have to replace your ink pads. If your ink pads work, you just keep on using them. This is not required. This is just an opportunity. If you want to, the new pads will be out in 27. You'll be able to replace them, but that is going to be 100% your decision. So that's that. Let's see, a couple other announcements. One, Karen sent out a survey about the craft sticks and chocolate that we had, and anyone that would be willing to fill it out and just let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, especially how can we make it better. Karen and I have already started our planning for next year. We have some really fun ideas, completely different than what we did this year. So that's always exciting. We learned some things that worked. We learned some things that didn't work. We have solved a bottleneck challenge finally. So we're just continue to be super excited about what's happening in for 2027 craft sticks and chocolate. So that if you have a survey, if you would take a few minutes to fill it out, we'd be really grateful. Then one more thing, and this is for anyone that's interested in a catalog. Stampin' Up! Is going to be going to 3 catalogs a year. There won't be any mini catalogs anymore. There won't be a big catalog anymore. There'll be 3 catalogs about the same size throughout the year. They'll last about 4 months. They'll have all the product line in them, like the basics of paper and ink and that kind of stuff, and some of the tools. And then there'll be new stamps, paper, DSP, and that kind of stuff. And they'll be, like I said, they'll last about 4 months. And I would love to send them out, but it's very, very expensive if I have to send them, purchase them from Stampin' Up, have them pay to mail them to me, and then turn around and mail them out to you. Stampin' Up offers a program where we can mail them through Stampin' Up, but the only way that we can do that is if you sign up as a customer. Now, it doesn't mean anything. You're not required to buy anything. It just simply means that you're going to go to trishen.stampinup.net, or if you can't remember that, just go to stampinup.net and sign up as a customer of mine. Opt in for the demonstrator contact and opt in for, this is super important, opt in for a demonstrator contract, opt in for rewards, and you have to put in a phone number. So it basically, you go to Stampin' Up, you look for me as a demonstrator, you sign up with your name, telephone number, email address, and that's it. You don't have to do anything else, but you have to opt in for contact, and you have to and contact is from me, not from Stampin' Up, and you have to opt in for rewards. Once you do that, then you become part of my customer base, and then I can send you catalogs, which I am more than willing to do and love to do. It's just, it would be much more cost effective for me if you could do it through Stampin' Up. If that's more than you can handle and deal with tonight, I get it. Just message me and I will send you the link to do all this. I'll gladly do that. Again, you would just click on the link and finish setting up your account. You're not forced to buy anything. You never have to buy anything. That will be completely up to you. It would just give me the opportunity to be able to send you a catalog, which is filled with ideas in a more economical way than me shipping them to you. So if you've done it in the past, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Stampin' Up has changed their whole customer base system, so you'd have to redo it. So if you used to get catalogs through me and you haven't recently, it's probably because you're not in my customer base, and it's not because I don't love you. I do. Before we used to be able to put customers in ourselves. Now we cannot. Customers have to put themselves into our database. They have to opt in to be willing to do that. It's just privacy laws that have changed, and so that's how Stampin' Up is managing it. Okay, that was a lot. I hope you got it all. I love you guys. Thank you for being patient with me and going through all that. Hopefully you got inspired to make a card tonight. A super simple card, very practical, really fun way to do it the way Linda taught us. Big kudos and shout out to Linda Heller and Stamping School. I can't stress enough. Go there and go to her YouTube channel and sign up. You'll be so glad you did. I hope you have a good week. I will be back next Monday night. And I think that's it. Love you guys. Again, thank you for giving me your time. And sign up to be a subscriber, and also go to Stampin' Up and get in my database so I can send you a catalog. I love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.